Hello friends, the topic of today's video is evolution of civil services under British rule. British East India Company had many employees. Some of them were part of military, some were part of naval services and some were part of commercial services. So those who were involved in commercial activities, a term was coined to distinguish them from military and naval services, and that is civil services. Cornwallis was the first Governor General under whose supervision civil services came into existence. Actually, commercial affairs were happening in the company since the time of Warren Hastings, but civil services were organized at the time of Cornwallis. That is why Cornwallis is called father of civil services in India. At that time, civil servants were not appointed through any competition, rather they were nominated by the court of directors. At the time of Cornwallis, these civil servants were given more responsibility and authority. There used to be two categories of civil servants, covenanted and uncovenanted. Covenanted means higher post and uncovenanted means lower post. In covenanted civil services, only British officials were appointed. And on lower positions, only Indians were appointed. In civil services, corruptions had increased a lot. That is why Cornwallis took many steps to eliminate it, such as increased the salary of civil servants. Civil servants could not engage in any kind of private trade. For that, they made strict rules and also strictly enforced those rules. Apart from this, it was decided that the promotion of civil servants would be done on the basis of seniority. Means, after every 5 to 6 years, promotions will happen. Cornwallis remained Governor General from 1786 to 1793. After him, Wellesley remained Governor General from 1798 to 1805. And during his rule, a big change related to civil services was also done. In the year 1800, Fort William College was established in India so that newly recruited civil servants could be trained in India. But as soon as his term ended in 1806, the Court of Directors disapproved the Fort William College established by Wellesley, and instead East India College was established in Haileybury, England, where newly recruited civil servants were given 2 years of training. After that, in the year 1853, Charter Act of 1853 was introduced. There were some major changes related to civil services. The biggest change was that now it was said that the recruitment of civil servants would be done by an open competition and not by the nomination of the Court of Directors. Actually, even before this, an open competition was talked about for the recruitment of civil servants in Charter Act of 1833, but it was never implemented. So we can say that open competition started by Charter Act of 1853. And the recommendation of this open competition was also given in the Macaulay report. Now, because to conduct the competition, a body will be required. That is why the Civil Services Commission was established in London. It was established in 1854, that is, just after 1 year of Charter Act of 1853. And this Civil Service Commission started conducting the exams from 1855. But these exams used to be held in London, and the age limit of the candidates was kept 23 to appear in these exams. Along with this, in the Charter Act of 1853, the criteria was removed that only Britishers would be appointed in covenanted civil services. Now, Indians could also join covenanted services by cracking the competition. After this, in 1861, the Indian Civil Services Act came. By this act, some offices were reserved only for covenanted civil services. Apart from this, it was also clarified here that the exam for civil services will be in English language only, and its syllabus will be based on Greek and Latin classic learning. Along with this, it was also said that appointments will be made only after approval by the Secretary of State. As we know that ever since the beginning of open competition, that is from 1855 till 1859, the age limit was kept at 23. But in 1860, the age limit was reduced to 22, and still the exam was being held in London. Even under these circumstances, Surendranath Tagore, who was the elder brother of Rabindranath Tagore, qualified the Indian Civil Services exam. He was the first Indian who qualified the Indian Civil Services exam. After that, in 1866, the age limit was reduced to 21 years. But in spite of this, 4 Indians cracked the Indian Civil Services exam. Indians were continuously entering the Indian civil services. So in 1878, the age limit was reduced to 19. A change related to civil services also took place between 1878 and 1879. In those days, Lord Lytton was viceroy and he introduced statutory civil services, where it was said that one sex covenanted post would be filled by Indians who would be nominated by the local government, although these appointments would be done only after the approval of the Secretary of State and Viceroy. But this system failed and later it was abolished. After some time in 1885, the Indian National Congress was formed, and from here the demand for reforms in civil services started on a large scale, and its effect was seen in the Government of India Act 1919. After that, in 1924, Lee Commission was established, which recommended major changes. And finally, Government of India Act 1935 came, which made major structural changes. We will cover all these changes and recommendations in the next video. The notes of this video are available on bookstava.com website. You will find the link in the description. Videos are available on Bookstava channel on many topics of history. You can watch them too. In the playlist of modern history, you will find all the videos from the arrival of East India Company till the independence of India. If you like this video, then do not forget to press like button, share this video with your friends and subscribe to Bookstava channel to keep watching more such videos. Thank you so much for watching Bookstava.